Yep. So let's go ahead and sit back.
I got chicken skins. Hiya! Punk ass motherfucker.
3, 2, 1, and we are live. What's up, everybody, and welcome to On and Off the Mat. It's a show that me and Mario has started today. So this is the very first episode. In today's episode, we're going to go over a plethora of things, from showing you guys different moves. What's so fucking funny?
And the way you said plethora.
Plethora?
Sounds like a part of the body. Plethora.
We're going to do something Mario's been wanting to do for quite some time, which he likes to call Fundamental Fridays. So we're going to do those every Friday whenever we release a Friday episode, and the other ones will be called Moves of the Show, where we show you guys about 5 minutes worth of technique. And today is a Fundamental Friday, so let's get into it.
Cool. Are you doing cuts or is it all just...
No, man, this is all just, we're just going straight into this.
Okay.
We ain't cutting shit out.
So when we talk about fundamentals in Jiu Jitsu, or if your coach talks about fundamentals in Jiu Jitsu, or upper belt does, you're probably going to be like, what are they? What is that? What does that mean? The best way for me to kind of talk about what's going to help somebody grow is the fundamentals are the things that repeat in different places in Jiu Jitsu. Things that, like elbow knee, you can do from the bottom, you can do while you're passing. Basic stuff like controlling space, you know, a lot of times it appear as like concepts or principles, or just like a weird little thing that you do with your body that's just a sound thing that you do that's mechanically going to be advantageous to have from multiple positions. So that's kind of what I look at whenever I refer to fundamentals. So there's also one more thing to think about, and that's your fundamental techniques. That's not usually what I refer to. Everybody should know a general idea of what a rear naked choke looks like, what an armbar looks like. People should understand that.
So when you say fundamental techniques, you're talking about like the basic like submissions that most people would know, even if they don't do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Like you said, rear naked choke and armbar. Mm-hmm. But like people don't know what a heel hook is, or what the difference. Like what was that? What was his name? He was a lightweight UFC champion at one point. Conor McGregor knocked him out with a beautiful combination. What was that guy's name? Eddie. Why am I having a massive brain fart? Eddie Alvarez. Okay. Yeah, Eddie Alvarez was on, I think it was like ESPN or something. There's like Shaq and a bunch of basketball players, and he's heel hooking this guy. He was like, "This is what we call a toe hold." this is called a toe hold.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
That's not a toe hold.
That's not a toe hold.
That was the heel hook.
Oh, the heel hook.
He was attacking the knee. I mean, his body knew what he was doing. I don't know.
But what you mean by it is like basics, like rear naked choke,
yeah,
arm bars.
Those are your basic techniques. But what appears in each of those techniques is what I'm kind of referred to as fundamentals. So today, the first thing we're going to think about is from a rear naked choke, right? What is the goal in a rear naked choke? Well, two fundamental things to understand about a rear naked choke is I'm going to take away space for his neck, right? My goal is to collapse around his neck and cut off either the airway and or the carotid arteries so that blood doesn't get to the brain and he passes out or taps. That'd be a good idea. Just tap before you pass out, right?
Yeah, you don't need to tap.
So two things to understand is one, I want to control the space around his neck and I want to start collapsing on that space. And then two, I also want to stop him from running away from the choke. Every single choke that you do ever, if somebody can move their body away from the choke in any way, shape, or form, it's gonna make it more difficult. It's gonna be hard. And that includes your force chokes, your Lego chokes, right? Your serial killer chokes. So we're here, right? Just going over the basics of this. My goal is to be flush and touching his neck. I don't have to be squeezing from here yet, right? My next goal is to make sure he can't run away right here, right? So I'm putting this at the base of his skull, and my goal from here with this kind of triangle shape that I've got going on is to start collapsing in on it, right? There is some squeeze, sorry. There is some squeeze involved.
Shit got dark.
Yeah.
Real quick.
But at the end of the day, what I'm thinking about doing is just closing up that space that's around his neck until eventually he has to tap or pass out, right? So usually I talk about 3 important details from rear naked choke. I've got my initial catch underneath the chin. I'm usually going wrist past or at his trap, and then I'm holding on to his back here. I'm gluing my arm down. I'm anchoring my wrist down, okay? From there, I've got the arm that comes in behind the head with the wrap, okay? So there's 3 finishing details. That's what I was trying to talk about earlier. Three details to finish, right? I bring my elbows together. I clamp my elbow down towards his chest. I'm about to blow up your mic, dude.
I'm about to blow up my head.
I'm gonna bring my elbows down towards my chest. So I call that a clamp. My elbows come together. I do my bad breathing. And the bad breathing just it gets your
I got the wah-wahs, man.
It gets your rib cage to push forward, right? So I'm closing up the space here as much as I can. I'm closing up the space here on another plane, okay? And then I'm closing up the space behind him as well. You good?
Yeah, man, I just had to stand up for a second because I got these wah-wahs. Let me run around.
When he says wah-wahs, he's talking about when you start going out, the sound starts separating.
And I'm back.
Yeah, you get tinglies and all that kind
Yeah,
of stuff.
sounds start separating. For some people, it's different. Some people start to taste copper. Some people get fuzzy. I get the wah-wahs. What do you get? You get wah-wahs?
I've experienced all of the things.
Oh, yeah. You ever been out?
Yeah, man, tons of times. My lips tingle. You realize you're dreaming, and all of a sudden you come back awake, and you're like, oh, I should tap. That's happened to me before. Taste pennies.
It's too late.
The most obvious one is the room starts getting darker.
Oh, yeah,
darker,
I've had that before.
And you get tunnel vision, and you're out. So.
Yeah. So, the hooks. Are hooks important? Whenever you are...
For the back
yeah, when you have a back strangle.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Do you need to have hooks
You don't.
in order to strangle someone?
You don't need hooks.
For
They
rear
just
strangle.
help quite a bit, right? It helps maintain your position. So if I don't have hooks, I'm kind of required to be stuck in this position and centered on his back or close to it, right? I could choke him from here. He could try to escape and it'd be really hard. But if I'm only like this, right, it's kind of easier. And if I'm only like this, it's easier for him to escape. Versus if I have a full back position, then I can kind of work from there and it makes it a lot easier. My hooks will control his hips, right? So what all that does is it helps me stay centered so that eventually I can get to a position with my arms where I can actually close up the space for his neck.
For sure, fundamentally, though, always have your hooks. Because, I mean, you were explaining, like, the choke itself. But, like, positionally, for sure.
Let's, to be fair, right, you have your basic back hooks, you have your body triangle, you have all that stuff. Even though he's referring to hooks from the back position, you also have your crucifix.
Oh, God.
Right? This still counts as a hook. This still counts as a hook, right? And if I have a crucifix-like position, I can still get that choke. We can go for one arm choke. But again, the fundamental that we're looking at there, pieces of jiu-jitsu, space management, closing up the space around his neck on multiple planes, and then really just staying centered. Because it's hard to choke somebody with a rear naked choke from the side. Side chokes are a thing. I'm not good at them, so I'm not going to talk about them.
What do you mean side chokes?
What?
What do you mean side chokes?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. All right, well, speaking of chokes and being put out and things like that, let's talk about injuries in jiu-jitsu.
Mm-hmm.
I am You probably call me Glass, man. You ever seen that movie Glass?
No,
I think that's what it's called.
That's kind of what you are. You're like a glass cannon.
Yeah. Oh, I'm wild, and I'll fuck you up, for sure. But I take more risk than I do reward. I'm a little crazy when it comes to tapping and positions that I either don't know completely yet or think that I'm better than. And by that I mean I take a lot of risk and I end up getting hurt. So we're going to talk a little bit about injuries, because it's the most common. Injuries are the most common thing. You know, why people pull out of fights or competitions or whatever, not go to work because you get injured.
Yeah. So one of the first things that we can do with in the realm of injuries is talk about injury prevention. And the first and most important thing that you can do for injury prevention is understand where your body's not sound, where it's not strong, right? And don't let yourself get into those positions. It is the number one thing you can do to prevent injuries, right? Now, we're doing jiu-jitsu, so we're always going to be getting into these weird positions. You have to understand where's your limit. Some people's, when they get into Kimura, their hand will go all the way back here.
Oh man,
where my finger is. That'll happen.
I hate super flexible people.
People are like that, right? You're gonna have to do a full 180 or 360 in order to tap them, dude. I don't know. Some people are just really weirdly flexible. There are ways you can tighten up the shoulder to kind of mitigate how far you need to go. But at the end of the day, you need to know where your range of motion sits. So that's where preventative, you can talk about warm up. I'm guilty as being somebody who's like, yeah, I don't need to warm up.
Same.
But I use my first roll as my warm up, my first 1 or 2 rolls. I don't allow my body to extend past my unstretched range of motion very much until I've got blood flowing, until I've got some more warming up that's happening in my muscles, and then it allows me to be more flexible, right? You're always most flexible at the end of your workout versus at the beginning. So again, injury prevention, the first thing is understand where your limits are for your body. Everybody's body is different. Second thing is understand that when you first get on the mats, your first roll, if you're not warmed up, you need to treat your body differently and care less about winning, more about warming up.
We're talking to you, purple belts.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Purple
Well, I mean,
belts
yeah,
can sit
apparently
off the
that's a
side.
thing. But I know plenty of purple belts that warm up.
Yeah, and I know plenty of you that's developed purple belt habits as a white belt. So that's a thing for not just purple belts. Yeah. Although that's the common.
I warm up now. I warm up now.
Sure you do.
And I use your methods as well.
That's good.
Yeah. I also use my first roll as a warm up. I'll usually pick somebody who's actually a lot better than me, because it lets me, like, they can go full blast, but me just defending warms my body up, stretches me out, things like that. But I mean, you know, fucking talk about taking care of your body in jiu-jitsu, and I mean, not just your body, but your mind, because like there's a lot of people who are already mentally defeated, you know, not just in competition, but when they train at their like home base. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, I've heard stories from guys who are like, yeah, man, like I don't feel like I'm getting any better, and like your mind can affect the way that you perform for sure. But like taking care of your body is extremely important in jiu-jitsu, because I don't know. I met quite a few black belts. You've met thousands more than I have, probably. Maybe not thousands. It's not
I don't know about thousands either.
Yeah, that's not a real number. I've met quite a few black belts. You've met quite a few more black belts than I have for sure. But I don't know a single black belt who has done their entire journey and not had any kind of injury.
Yeah. My first injury happened at purple belt. My first, like, take me a second to like rethink my life and my jiu-jitsu journey.
What happened?
At purple belt. My ankle got popped.
Oh.
I thought I had a nice heel hook. And I was like, I'm just, usually pretty nice about things. I had a heel hook. I thought, I don't even know anymore. But I had it tight. I had the heel tight. I know that much. And I was like, he's not tapping. I'll put a little more on. So, he's not tapping. I'll put a little more on. And then he goes and grabs my foot in a toe hold. And then I'm like, well, I thought I have the heel hook, so I'll put a little more on. And he goes, whoop. And as soon as that happened, there's a big crunch. It wasn't really a pop, it's more like a big crunch. And then he let go, his eyes got wide. There's a weird thing that happens in jiu-jitsu. Most people are super nice. We're not really trying to break each other and hurt each other when we're training.
Yeah.
But there are times where like you want somebody to stop or you want to win, and all of a sudden, for a brief moment, you can end up in a position where you realize you can be mean, or you can do something that you wouldn't normally do, and then it happens, and somebody gets hurt, and then you're like, oh, that's not really what I wanted to do. It's an excellent learning opportunity to start making decisions on, okay, is this what I want to keep doing, or do I want to kind of like control the person and get them, that's my personal goal, and get them in the position where, okay, they are tapping because they recognize that I got them somewhere that they cannot escape from, and I have the ability to break, and they're like, okay, you got me. I want to like, not break and keep training. Because the thing that happens with injuries is you just have to take time off the mat. So if you're gonna get hurt, make sure you, if you're gonna do it, like, make sure you mitigate as much damage as possible. Tap early, tap often.
Yeah, tapping is.
It's not uncommon that a stretch happens before a snap, or that a stretch happens before a break. If you feel like somebody's putting you in a position to get stretched, it's probably a good time to tap, unless you like that help getting stretched. That also being said, this is very controversial, is time off the mats. How much should you take off the mats? Should you completely be off the mats? Should you follow what the doctor says? Because they're always going to say, it's their job to tell you, you'll probably never do jiu-jitsu again. I know plenty of people that have continued to do jiu-jitsu.
I mean, if you ain't got no leg.
If they have to amputate,
yeah,
you can be the guy who with one leg doing jiu-jitsu. I've seen it.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, like, if they got to amputate your leg, why would they have to? I don't know of any injuries.
It's probably not a jiu-jitsu accident. It's probably not what happened.
But if you get your leg ripped off, then you can be that guy that's like, oh, I have to actually take time away from the mats.
Yeah, there is a point to doing that where your body actually needs to heal, and then you have the crazy people who can't do that. If you're one of those people who just can't
get away from the mat,
yeah. If you can't do that, you have to figure out how to train around your injury, because it still needs to heal. Yeah,
that's part of the mind, taking care of your mind too. I think, because like for me especially, like I said earlier, I'm prone to injury because I take a lot of risk. But like if I don't come here for a whole week, I go insane. I don't know what to do with my life.
Yeah.
It is not a fun thing. Like even when I go on vacation, like when I go home to Hawaii, like I try to get in at the schools down there, as much as possible. And if I'm not, like I'm doing shot walks on the beach, or so I'm doing something. Yeah, yeah. I will be the next six. No, there's no. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. You gotta protect your neck, and you gotta protect your mind. Mental health is a serious issue in this, because jiu-jitsu, I know so many people that jiu-jitsu's helped their mental health, which is great. It's helped my mental health, just speaking on it.
So that being said, I think you could attest to this kind of idea, right? Is that you're in here, you're training, you're becoming a part of the community of people, who come from all walks of life to train jiu-jitsu. But you get to this point like, oh no, I got injured, or oh no, this thing's going on with my body. I can't be physically rolling, or there's a lot of things I can't do when I'm training.
Yeah.
But you still come in here.
Oh, for sure.
And you feel a little bit better by coming in because you're with your community.
Yeah. I tell you what, if you got as good of a coach as I do, then they will take care of you and tell you, like, just come in. You don't have to roll. You don't have to spar. You don't have to train. Get your mental reps in, and by mental reps, study the upper belts. Study what they're doing, and even study the white belts and the brand new people. Study what they're doing so that you can make sure that you don't do those things. Sit in on classes. You know, sit in with a pair of people and watch them go over whatever the instructor of that day is showing. Getting mental reps and watching things, it's way different than watching it on YouTube. Like, because I can go on YouTube and watch 10 videos, and it's personally, I don't know about everybody, but personally, it's not the same as coming in here, sitting on these mats, and watching you roll with, like, Phil, or watching you roll with Gary. Shout out to Gary, by the way. He owns this school. 10th Planet O'Fallon. I'm sure everybody already knew that, though. But yeah, jiu-jitsu is great, man. I think everybody should do jiu-jitsu.
I personally don't think jiu-jitsu for everybody.
Oh shit.
I think that it could be, but I don't think that everybody is in a place where it's the thing for them. I often say people need, like, hobbies or some kind of, like, physical sport that helps keep them in shape. But jiu-jitsu is a very unique situation because you're getting, you know, body-to-body contact, which is something a lot of people are missing in the world. You're getting the ability to, like, go all out with somebody. And what I mean by that is, like, you know, they're trying to hurt you. And you're trying to hurt them. But as soon as the timer goes, like, you guys slap bump, or you hug, or you say thank you, you get to ask a question to somebody. You know, like, it's not like a normal fight. It's not like going out to somewhere else and, like, you have to defend yourself for your life. You know, but you still get that simulated fight for it. Yeah. Like, it's still somebody not wanting you to do what you're trying to do while you try to do what you want to do. It's difficult. It's hard. And there's a lot of people out there who need something that's difficult and hard. They need skin-to-skin contact. They need something they can develop in and progress.
I need skin-to-skin contact.
Something they can kind of progress in and develop their mind as well as their body. So,
how can you would know best because you've been doing jiu-jitsu for, I mean, I know you had like a 4-year hiatus from jiu-jitsu, but how tell people how you can, like, get into jiu-jitsu if you want to start doing jiu-jitsu. Also, I think you just, you know, like, normally people have conversations and most people, like, stick to their ideals. Definitely just changed my mind about jiu-jitsu. It definitely is not for everybody. Yeah. Like, it's not. Yeah. It's not for everybody. I think, you know, 3 out of 5 people should definitely try jiu-jitsu.
Everybody should try it at some point, even if it's only for like a month, 2 months.
We do a week free here. Just saying.
Week free trial, so you can try it out.
Yeah.
And that's the goal, is to make sure that we're the right fit. Just because you don't like jiu-jitsu here doesn't mean you won't like jiu-jitsu somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, like, we're no-gi focused. A lot of people want the gi.
It's boring.
A lot of people need the gi.
Don't listen to him. The gi is boring.
It's different.
It's fucking boring.
It's really boring to watch black belts fight black belts in gi.
There are exceptions. That dude that has Hokage on his
outside of people,
that dude's crazy,
who like the excitement of it.
Yeah.
That being said, you know, easiest way to get into doing something like jiu-jitsu is Google it in your area, or Google martial arts in your area. Find a place. You know, if they don't do jiu-jitsu and that's something you want to do, if they are doing a martial art that you want to do, make sure they're legit.
Yeah, make sure they're legit and you're not getting some fucking McDojo.
Yeah, if you're wondering if they're legit, like send us a video or something.
Yeah,
or give us, you know, their credentials, and if we don't know, we'll find out for you. That could be something that we do later. It's like travel out to these places and find out if they're legit.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, that's what I don't think he travels out there, but Wallow, I think he's like partners with him, the McDojo show. Yeah, like that guy straight up calls out fake ass.
Oh yeah, look, the cool thing about jiu-jitsu is that we're not showing you something and then you're doing it and then he's acting like it's gonna work. We only do that if you don't know a lot. We put everything in a very specific condition set. We're asking him to do a response and then I react to it. You know, I'm putting real weight on him when I do something, and he has to brace for it.
Yeah, he's not that big and it still sucks.
You know, I do a choke, he's gonna pass out if he doesn't tap if I do it right. If I'm not doing it right, hopefully the instructor's gonna come around and fix that. That's the idea, right? So you wanna find a place that's good for you in a way that you vibe with it, you like the people that are there, you wanna keep coming back.
For sure.
And you have to try it out, right? If you have a place that allows a free trial, take advantage of it as much as possible. If they don't, you know, hopefully they don't do contracts and you can just go for a month, or they let you pay for a month's trial or something like that.
Yeah, contracts are bullshit.
They have a place.
I mean, they're like if you sign up for a year because you're saving money, cool.
If somebody tries to sell you on a lifetime contract, I'm pretty sure that's illegal in just about every state.
Well,
so,
I've had people say like, yeah, just fill out a blank check and you can come train whenever you want. Like, what? What the fuck?
Same guy.
We won't name names, but maybe later. Maybe off the mat. So let's talk about the tournaments going on, the events currently going on real quick. So we've got super exciting things coming up. One that is not extremely exciting, but is still cool to watch because I like their rule set more than I like like Fuji and IBJJF and things like that. It's just Grappling Industries. We're talking about tournaments and events that are strictly like either like known throughout the community or jiu-jitsu tournaments or events that are like currently like going on. So Grappling Industries in Chicago is July 9th. So anybody here in the St. Louis area that wants to go out to Chicago, especially if you're a 10th Planet affiliate, you know, hit us up. You guys see our Instagram. We can maybe get a whole thing going if people want to go. People need coaches. This is my guys from day one.
I like doing that. Like if somebody asks me to coach, like I don't know your game, I'll do my best. But
yeah,
I like being able to be that because that's kind of like what my old coach would do. If somebody didn't have a coach, he'd sit there, he'd be with them, and he'd do his best to help them out. Obviously, the priority is his own guys, and I just took that with me. So I was like, that's a thing that makes sense to do because it just feels right.
Other than Grappling Industries, we here at our school, Gary and Mario both write down. We have a calendar board in our main lobby. We write down all the competitions that we are interested in. Or that you should be interested in. We're a very submission only based like school. I like submission only because I know there are people out there that like points events and think points have a place, but I think the ultimate
I think that's a conversation for another time.
Yes.
But
so there's also the PGF, the Professional Grappling Federation. This will be season number 4, and it is the 155-pound men's weight division, and they're doing 135-pound women.
I believe so.
It's the first women. So if you are, and you can be any. The cool thing about the PGF is the rule set, which we'll talk about later.
One of the cool things, for sure.
Yeah, it's one of the cool things. The PGF is...
it's fairly unique.
It's very unique. It's very hard, but it's very unique and extremely fun. We also have the ADCC Open, which is correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know if you know, but I think this is their first open. And it's going to be in Las Vegas.
That's what I've seen.
On the grappling industries is July 9th. I don't know if I said that.
You said that.
Okay. The ADCC Open is September 15th, I think. It is ADCC rule sets, adult pros, men, adult beginners, men. Same thing for women, and then they have a bunch. I almost said plethora, but I was gonna say it right. Plethora. They have children's divisions as well. I think that's gonna be sick because it is the day before, or the week. I think it's that Thursday before Worlds happens. Speaking of ADCC stuff and Worlds, ADCC Worlds. That is on the 16th, 17th, 17th, 18th, something like that. That's going to be fucking crazy. I think Mo said the stadium is like 15,000, 20,000.
Yeah, it's humongous.
He said they sold out of the purple and black zone in the first hour, or like on the first day. They currently only have yellow tickets, but I want to do the ADCC Open. I don't know about him, but wherever I go, he goes. Wherever he goes, I go. We are in an insufferable, inseparable pair. And so yeah, those are the current ones that I'm looking at, and he's maybe looking at. I don't know. I just keep trying to push him into it. Then we have, which is super exciting, we have the 10th Planet Midwest Training Camp coming up, and that is on July.
It's towards the end of July.
Yes,
but
towards the end of July.
Regardless, it's currently, or end of June, excuse me.
June?
Yeah, June comes before July, right?
Yes, it is June. Sorry, it is. It is in June.
It's towards the end of June. It is currently June 8th. Registration closes June 10th, so I don't know when he's releasing this, but that's gonna be done. If you missed out on it, I'm sorry.
Yeah, if you missed out on it,
cool event.
If you missed out on it, that sucks. It is gonna be a really cool event.
This is gonna be like a one-off, one-of-a-kind kind of event happening. We're gonna be in at a military academy in Mexico, Missouri.
Not Mexico, Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico,
that would
Missouri.
Be sick.
We're in the Midwest. It's a Midwest camp. I think one of the coolest things that's happening is Sean Applegate agreed to come out and basically teach his seminar portion. We have a bunch of really good black belts coming out teaching their seminar portions. We're gonna get some rolls in. There's gonna be pool time. We're staying in dorms. We're gonna bunk with somebody. It's a really cool weekend experience. I'm looking forward to it because.
Oh, it's adult only too. So no.
13 and up.
Okay.
So if somebody needs to be a parental guardian, obviously they were able to come. Yeah, the other person I'm looking forward to seeing is handsome Kevin Sherrill.
Man, fuck that guy.
He might not be there.
Yeah, if I'm not there, then I might come out on the last day, so it doesn't matter. Anyways, yeah. So there's do you know all of the instructors that are gonna be there?
I don't know all of them.
I know for sure. I don't think Gary's doing a seminar. No. So Gary's not doing a seminar, but Sean Applegate.
More of the senior black belts are.
Shout out the Trap. Sean Applegate is going to be there. Derek Stewart. Is Derek coming?
I think he's coming in to teach and he's gonna leave real soon.
Okay. Well, he's still coming in and teaching. Derek's a very good black belt. He's built like a.
Yeah, we should have had this on a piece of paper. We should have been prepared.
Yeah, we should have been prepared. He's built like an Iron Man. Like he's made out of iron. Derek's crazy. And then.
It's like fighting a
Yeah.
Sasquatch.
Yeah, dude. And then is Adelaide? He's coming.
He's coming. I hope he's teaching.
Man,
I love LA's teaching style.
His style of teaching is.
I look up to his teaching
is great.
So much.
Jason loves it. He's a big fella. He's a very big fella. I've only met him twice. I met him once whenever when Eddie Bravo came and did a seminar here at our school, and I think I met him at another thing. I don't really remember that other one as well, or maybe I only met him once. Either way, he's gonna be there. So yeah, it's a bunch of black belts, and then there's gonna be probably even more black belts just attending. and there's an entire gym that's gonna have mats, wrestling mats.
Yeah, they're catering too. They're like the food,
like a whole dining hall.
Room and board, food.
There's a gym.
Included.
There's a fucking gym there, so you can work out
there's a pool.
If you want. Yeah, there's a pool. It's crazy. It's insane. Yeah, I'm gonna miss Kevin, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's just gonna be 2 pairs.
But who knows? Maybe Kevin stays for the week, and he comes up here and stays in a hotel.
Right.
And then he comes and trains with us for a couple of days.
That'd be cool, man.
I still won't be able to roll with him, but it's all right.
Rumor is he may or may not be a coach for the next season of PGF.
If Kevin Sherrill is the coach for the next season of PGF and he doesn't pick me when the draft is over and I see him out in the parking lot, it's on. All right, let's talk about one more thing and then we're going to wrap this up. This portion.
There's nothing to talk about on this, dude.
Okay, listen. It has to be talked about. This is the On the Mat, man. We're on the mat. Let's talk about stuff about on the mat.
When Anderson Silva was at his prime, and you just watched him to watch him mentally fuck with people.
Okay.
Like this is what this is the level of this is at.
Gordon Ryan versus Felipe Pena is coming up, and I believe it's going to be on Who's Number One on Flow, and everybody's prediction is, Gordon Ryan's going to toy with Felipe and then finish him in any form he feels.
I have a feeling Gordon's going to say the amount, because he's already done it. He's going to say the amount of time, that it's going to take to submit him, and then he's going to say what he's going to do to submit him. Probably put it in an envelope, because he's like a magician. There comes a point in time in martial arts where you're like, I don't understand why he can just do whatever he wants, and I'm trying so hard to do what I want, but it's just not working. Where he feels like the other guy's just got magic on his hands.
Yeah, that dude is a specimen.
That's the thing. The only thing that puts any kind of reserve in my mind, and I'm talking like it's minuscule, it is so tiny, the amount that's there.
Sorry, Felipe.
Is that Gordon was out for a little bit. But on the other side, I've seen time and time again where people plateau, or they're progressing in their training, but they're feeling good, but they're not really like accelerating in their progression. And who knows where Gordon's at? It's hard to figure out whenever he's just doing whatever he wants to people, right? But where people get injured, they're off the mats for a while, they come back, they build back up to where they were, and they just blast past wherever they were. They're way better than they were. Right?
That sounds like somebody I know.
Who?
Me, you motherfucker.
You ain't even back on the mat yet.
Yeah. Okay, but comment your predictions. Who you think is gonna win? If people are watching
what's that
this.
tech for white belts thing? Why we skip that?
We skipped that because we're running out of time.
Okay.
We can go over it real quick though. Techniques for white belts.
We did a renegade choke. That's a good technique for white belt.
Yeah, that is a good technique for a white belt. Work the back. The back is king.
Yeah.
I found that the back is the strongest position. I think that there's a reason that taking the back in lame IBJJF tournaments is you get 3 points, right?
Yeah, she got 4.
Oh, okay. See?
I don't know. I've been out of that IBJJF game for a while.
Yeah, I know you hate it too, but a bunch of points for securing the back. There's a reason. The back is a very, very strong position. So white belts should definitely, pick up a good back game. Sean Applegate has a good system to get to the back.
If you're gonna do jiu-jitsu, the highest level people finish generally with probably a heel hook or a back choke. And those are the most common things you see out of the highest level people fighting, is a back choke or a heel hook.
Cool, man. Well, we're gonna jump off the mat. So we'll see you off the mat. What's up, man? Fucking. Welcome to the portion of On and Off the Mat where we are off the mat.
No mats?
I'm Kyahi.
No mats.
It's Coach Mario, obviously. Yeah. So today is the first episode. I'm excited. I'm super excited. I've wanted to do this for a long time. You know I've wanted this for a long time. I've been talking about it for almost a year, and it's finally come to fruition, and I'm happy that we can do it, and I'm happy that I can do it with you. So what we're gonna do real quick is
You said shout outs.
oh yeah, shout outs. Thanks whoever to our sponsors or whatever. And unfortunately we don't have any.
We sponsor ourselves.
We sponsor ourselves.
In case you didn't know, Auxilium Servitium is an LLC that I started where we do custom tile showers and other random construction shit. And really, at the end of the day, like, other than just creating a little bit more paycheck and supplemental income, for as long as it's going and we got extra money in the bank, we are here to help support ourselves, hence the name Support Services in Latin.
Yeah. But again, though, the show's called On and Off the Mat, and shout out to our no sponsors. We're kind of sponsored, I guess you could say. We use this company more of like in a way to give back to the jiu-jitsu community, which I've been doing recently, where I give out gift cards. And that company is Fuel Hunt. These are the blue collar black eye shorts, I believe. They have a bunch of stuff. They have a lot of cool jiu-jitsu stuff. We're an affiliate of them, so if you use code on and off the mat, you can get a sick discount on all your purchases. And going on into the future, any like income that we get, part of it goes to giveaways for gift cards to people in the jiu-jitsu community. So that's a technical sponsor of ours, I guess.
It feels more like we're a bit of an affiliation, but it's pretty close to sponsorship.
Yeah, it's an affiliate for sure.
If we wanted to use them, the whatever little bit of commissions I give, if we wanted to use that gift card money, but we like giving it away. So
yeah, we do like giving it away. Also, shout out to Rhythm Irie, Rhythm and Irie. Sorry, Rhythm and Irie. Who that is my little cousin Matthew Baroga back home in Hawaii. He is a hip hop artist, DJ, producer extraordinaire. I love him to death, and he's the one who makes all of the beats and sounds for the show.
sick.
Yeah.
Welcome to the kingdom. Every day we fight it for freedom, once an independent nation, defined as ahead of its time and now an illegal state.
Shout out to Matthew. And the last portion, my new favorite person. Listen, I'm from Hawaii. He is from, I don't know where he's from. He's from somewhere.
I'm American.
Yeah.
I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man.
Something like that. China or fucking Germany or wherever. We'll talk about that in a bit. AG from Toehold. Will you guys look at these fucking slippers? Look at these things. Apparently these are it's like saddle leather. I don't know, but look at these. Look at these.
It's high quality.
It is extremely high quality.
Of the
Like
highest-
these are probably the coolest slippers I've ever seen in my life.
The highest
You guys call
quality
them,
ones I've ever had in my life.
you guys call them flip flops, but like there's a Kazushi Club logo. Sean Applegate, a sick ass tiger, and a sick ass dragon with like the most. This is probably the most beautiful leather. Like these are sick as fuck. If you have the ability to get a pair of these, I highly suggest getting them. Number one, AG is a part of the jiu-jitsu community. He trains, I'm not sure if he trains under Casey, but I'm pretty sure he trains with Casey Halstead.
Oh, hold up.
who owns
These-
10th Planet Las Vegas.
These were won on PGF Season 3.
Oh yeah, because
So
AG is
also
a
shout out to Elijah Carlton.
yeah.
Because he's the true unsung hero
He's a
that allowed our whole team
He's a
to
bad-
have these.
he's a bad person. He's a bad person.
bad guy.
Elijah Carlton's probably one of the nicest people ever.
He's cool.
They are on. I'm not gonna lie, like they are a little expensive, but like
They're high quality.
they're extremely high quality.
You get
And
what you
with the day he got his pair in, I put them on, and I was like, "Yep, I'm getting these like
Yeah.
from now on." Like
They're high quality and they're handmade.
Straight up.
So they're made with a lot of care.
yeah. So yeah, all those people, thank you so very much, and Gary Meek for allowing us to shoot our show here at 10th Planet O'Fallon in O'Fallon, Illinois. If you guys ever want to drop in for an open mat, we do open mats Saturday at 11 and Sunday at 11 a.m.
But
So,
hit us up before
yeah.
we come to that Sunday
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, hit us up
Sometimes-
before.
Sometimes we go hang out with Eric Longer.
Yeah, who owns 10th Planet Crystal City. Shout out to Eric Longar. It's my guy. I love that guy. Jacqueline Longar, love her. She's cool too. And Hannah Guy. Yeah, she trains out there.
Yeah.
I'm doing a lot of finger guns today, man. I'm a fucking cowboy
in
today.
spirit of the Longers.
Yeah, in the spirit in the Longars, because the Longars love doing this.
Is it Longer or Longer? We'll have to have
Longar? Longar.
He'll have to settle that for us.
Yeah, he'll be on the show eventually.
Yeah.
A couple episodes in. But yeah, if you want to sponsor us, hit us up on Instagram at NeckStep BJJ. Neck, NECK STEP BJJ. We also have a link tree in our bio where you can help support us. If you just don't want to sponsor us, but you want to help support us, that would be sick too.
One of the coolest ways is somebody that I've stolen quite a little bit of random little, very valuable pieces of jiu-jitsu knowledge from, and that's Brandon McCatherine.
Hey, I'm Brandon McCatherine. It's another 1-minute jiu-jitsu hack. And again, it's the arm triangle. This is definitely the number one mistake that I see on the arm triangle.
Yeah, we are also an affiliate of Brandon. I almost forgot about that. We are a McCatherine affiliate. So if you use the link tree in our Instagram, you can find all of Brandon's stuff. Brandon McCatherine, black belt under Eddie Bravo. He's an Eddie Bravo black belt. Yeah, black belt under Eddie Bravo. I think he's a second degree. I don't know. He's a black
really
belt. And he's really fucking good.
He knows what you're talking about.
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about. He has an entire program
He does
that is insane. I mean, the amount of information that he put into his website is insane. And if you use our links, we get a little kickback on that, and we would greatly appreciate it. That would be fucking sick. So yeah, thank you and shout out to Brandon McCatherine. That's 10th Planet Decatur for you, by the way. Also, the PGF, the commissioner of the Professional Grappling Federation, one of the most fun grappling events I've ever been to, sporting events I've ever been to in my life, and been a part of 2 of them. So yeah, cool. I had to go change clothes. So we're just gonna do a little segment real quick where we explain who we are. We are the insufferable,
I thought we did
inseparable
already.
pair. I mean, yeah, but there's just portions in that where it's like, you know what I was talking about.
Oh, so we just
Yeah,
gotta
that's
start
not
all
gonna
over.
Yep,
So
we're
it's
just
not
gonna
fun doing that.
we're just
Okay.
gonna do this, man. We got plenty of time, right? We got time. You got
okay.
your thing out?
Yeah, you want to start over?
No, we're not gonna start over.
Got my
But
thing out. What are you talking about?
we should
Look, man, I know this is a black couch.
I'll
but,
tell you,
like,
yeah,
it's
the
I
cast,
know we're in the back room,
the casting
too.
couch. I gotta get your.
My thing is away.
Here it is, man. I got your thing in my hand.
It's a laptop.
Yeah, man, so we can fact check. Since we got more time, it's more. What the fuck is this? Cool. Man, we just got off work. Need less of that energy.
Yeah. The password.
You better cover it up so nobody sees it.
Sees what? The HP?
Oh, your password.
Oh, I don't care about that. It changes.
Yeah, I don't really care about the
changes
HP
every
or
few months.
anything.
They forced me to change it. You know, because I went to college for like a semester, 2 semesters, but 2 half semesters.
So yeah, just a real brief, quick thing about who we are, what we are. The show is On and Off the Mat. I am Kiahi. This is Mario. You just want to clear some things up real quick. Number 1, no, we are not brothers. We get that all the time. We're not cousins. We're not even related.
And you remember when when Gio Martinez came up to us? He was like, "So you guys brothers?"
Oh yeah, Gio asked if we were brothers, and I was like, "Are you guys brothers?" And he was like, "Actually, yeah." And I was like, "Well, yeah, I know, bro. You guys are world champions. You guys are great." Yeah, that was cool. But no, most people think that we're brothers, or people like Matt Scaff. Matt Scaff always gets us mixed up. That was fun. Season 1 of the PGF.
I mean, sometimes it's kind of hard to tell when people are rolling around and you get like, just comment, like you just look at it for a second, you know, at first glance, maybe your thoughts just came to you that you wanted to say, and you look and you're like, oh, it's these people, but it's not.
Yeah.
You just kind of forget. In his defense.
But I get it. We do look kind of similar. But, you know, what is Next Step BJJ? That's us. We're Next Step BJJ.
Bringing you to your next step.
Yeah.
In your jiu-jitsu journey.
This is a play on words. How did we get into jiu-jitsu? Is like...
Yeah, what's your story?
My story's short. Brian McCatherine, black belt 10th Planet Decatur. He told me to come see Gary Meek because I was fighting MMA, and I came here. And then Gary introduced me to Mario, and I asked Mario to corner me in an MMA fight, which I fucking lost because I got strangled.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I know you remember that. I was right in front of you. Like, my face was in the cage. You were in the cage, and I was like, what do I do? Yeah.
Like, pull his hand
I had
off.
zero grappling experience in my life. Came into this as a boxer, and yeah, it wasn't too fun. I wasn't too happy with that. So then after that, I was like, I need to get better. And I just dropped MMA, and I was like, I just love jiu-jitsu. So now I do jiu-jitsu, and I am the first Gilwar blue belt. And yeah, that's how I got into jiu-jitsu.
Cool.
Eventually, I'm gonna be a black belt slam motherfucker too.
One day.
One day. Soon. One day soon. Then you're all fucked. As soon as I figure out how to stop getting hurt, then you're all fucked.
Yep. I guess that makes it my turn.
Mm-hmm.
It's me. My name's Mario. So just talking like jiu-jitsu journey. I actually martial arts journey, I guess. I started with Taekwondo. I also learned some karate. I was learning those at the same time, where I was like dipping my toe into jiu-jitsu. My instructor at the time was giving me some really high quality instruction. He's a great strategist, great martial artist. He's kind of become like a mentor in my life. And he just like, I don't know, took me down, got on my back, put me in a choke. He wasn't squeezing super hard, but he put me in a choke, and I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna die. I'm about to die.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go turn that off.
Fine, maybe.
Yeah, dude, he's gonna fuck with. It's gonna mess with the sound, man.
Dangle, dude. Dangle.
We're still learning, and we're still, this is the first episode, so it's cool.
Yeah. I totally forgot about that. I turned
We're
it
only
off.
gonna get better. It's just like jiu-jitsu.
It's just gonna keep running until it's done. I turned it off.
It's a good thing I got these mics so you can hear us clearly.
I don't know. We have to find out if it. We'd have to test it to find out if the sound's isolated here or if it's gonna be messing around over there.
No, you'll definitely be able to hear it, but it's not that bothersome. It'll cut off eventually. Anyways, back to you.
Right. So I started learning Jiu Jitsu a little bit here and there. Are you sure that's not gonna be?
Yeah, dude. You're good.
Um,
Tell me your story.
let's see. Actually, the first things I started learning in Jiu Jitsu were 10th planet half guard, so like the lockdown system, old school electric chair.
And previously, you had no idea what 10 Planet was, or like.
No, we were learning it. He was teaching it to us, and I didn't know what 10th planet was. I was like, okay, this is what you do. Okay, I gotta get to this place and do this lockdown thing. Okay, now what? People just smashing me. So learning a little bit at a time. That's kind of the first thing we learned. We weren't even learning it like out of school. He was just teaching us on whatever mats he could find. But yeah, so I got my black belt in Taekwondo. Never went back to that. I got the black belt in karate. I stayed there, taught that, and jiu-jitsu at the same time. I was actually teaching as a white belt for a little while, and then I started teaching as a blue belt once I got my blue belt. Which just kind of goes to show that, like, I mean, it's doable. You teach what you know, and if you know more than somebody else, like, you're immediately an expert to that person or people. Of course, the more you know, the more you have to give. And so, yeah, we were on a competition team. We went to Worlds. I think out of like 7 or 8 of us, 2 of us won Worlds, and we were the 2 smallest people as white belt. And then we got our blue belts together. And then a year or 2 later, some crazy stuff happened. Our school dissolved. The guy that was kind of like, the owner and mentor for me of the school and like the main instructor, he left the picture. The easiest way to say that. Maybe that's a story for another time.
Story for another day.
Yeah.
But it's a good story.
We'll probably bring in some people for the bits and pieces of that story to get different sides of it.
Yeah.
And so after that, I took like a 4 or so year hiatus. I had met Gary before, and it wasn't somewhat in jiu-jitsu settings. I think he was a purple belt at the time. I was still a blue belt. I'd come in to train every now and then because most of the people that were there at the place I was training at and teaching at, a lot of people, maybe like half of the student base, maybe a little less, they came over to Gary's because he just opened up, and that was super cool to see that there's a place for people to go. It's different though because there's no gi, right? So I would come in every other month or so to do open mat because I love jiu-jitsu. I just couldn't commit to it yet. I just had a kid. It was still kind of weird to get back into. I wasn't sure what I was doing in my life. And then again, a story for another time. But I was helping out with the kids classes here to pay my dues. I turned into the kids classes primary instructor.
You turned into the kids class.
Yeah, I was already committed to helping, and then I became the primary instructor for it, or as I like to say now, chief instructor. Chief instructor.
For the children. You had won Worlds, but your Worlds team, it was all gi. You did gi stuff.
All gi. We would do no gi when we would go to Naga or something like that, but what was weird is like they'd do no gi first, right? And I feel like that was part of it, but I always did better in the no gi portion of Naga than I did the gi portion. Don't know what that was about. Probably most people who were doing gi weren't also doing no gi, I would say. So I was probably pretty tired after that. But honestly, I felt better in no gi. And then once I started doing no gi, unfortunately, I built my game around collar chokes. So I had to figure out what the heck I was doing. Kimuras became my thing, and then eventually, I got my purple belt. We heard about the first season of the PGF, and
hell yeah,
he said he was gonna do it, and I was like, look, if you're gonna do it, I'm gonna do it too. And so every weekend for a little while,
every single Friday for what, like 4 months?
Yeah, we'd go down to Decatur, Alabama.
7-hour drive.
Yeah.
7 hours. 14 hours. So we'd drive down.
That's a little exaggerated.
No, it ain't,
You
man.
can shave 2 hours off of that, depending on
I'm not
traffic.
shaving shit. I was the one who drove it. What are you talking about? You drove him sometimes, but dude, we would take the car and we would drive down every single Friday. We would go. We would compete 3 or 4 times every Friday, and because the way that the PGF is set up is used to be set up is you would fight your fights and then we would wait until Friday, and then Brandon would cast, like, not cast, but Brandon would broadcast. He would broadcast the next episode, then the next episode, and you did it like that. Now it's just one long fucking week, which is great. It's fantastic because I'm not driving down every Friday.
But that first season was a very unique experience. Like I don't know if anybody's ever gonna have that opportunity again.
Nah, I don't think they will. It was crazy.
We'd be there, we'd get 2 or 3 fights, and then we get to come back. And for me, it's like, okay, what did I not do well? What did I do well? How can I make sure certain things never happen again? So every week, I was getting better based off of competition matches, which was awesome. You know, that's the whole reason I compete and competed in the first place, was like to accelerate my growth in jiu-jitsu. But anyways,
yeah, that's what made me fall in love with jiu-jitsu, I think, was the PGF season 1, because that was the second competition I had ever done in my life.
yeah, I remember you got a little demoralized at first.
At
You were
first, dude.
like, what am I doing? And just like black belts.
I had been
brown
training
belts,
for,
just
I had been like seriously training
messing you
jiu-jitsu
up.
for 8 months, and I was getting fucked up. I won 1 match that entire season. It was against a purple belt, and it was because you taught me straight ankle
remember
outs.
that.
That week before Friday.
I was showing you the day of.
Oh yeah. It was a
like,
couple
hey, man,
hours.
Here's some finishing deets, showing you in the grass.
Yeah.
And then you did it. I was like, all right. Hopefully he feels that this is all worth it.
And then that's also why I fell in love with leg locks, because I was like, oh, I can tap upper belts with this.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, that was sick.
But yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, that was a really great experience. And then at some point, you know, in my journey, Gary saw that. He said that I was ready for my brown belt. I didn't want my brown belt yet. I don't want my black belt yet. I'm not a black belt yet. I don't want it yet. But at the same time, you know, for everybody out there who thinks the same way, there comes a certain point where you have to trust the person or people who give it to you when they say that you're ready, because they've been training for a long time. If it's in jiu-jitsu, they've been training for a long time. They've seen a lot of things. They've rolled with a lot of people. If they give you a black belt, they gave it to you for a reason. I just know that I don't want it yet. There's some things I want to do before I get there, because once I hit black belt, I'm probably going to slow down or stop competing for a while.
And then everybody's really fucked.
Or overall, yeah.
Because all that time goes into me. Then you're all fucked. I'm going to break everybody.
Yeah, and so then we're here. You know, my old coach fed me like with a silver spoon, like jiu-jitsu knowledge. I didn't have to do much, and then I had to figure out how to learn, and then I had to figure out who to steal stuff from. And it's normally like the best people to choose from are like some of the best people out there. And so most of my game is like an amalgam of different people. It's just like all meshed together, and I try to take what makes sense for me and what doesn't. What I don't understand, I kind of leave until I can ask questions about it. Different body types matter. I learned that quite a bit from the last season of PGF. Having Sean Applegate as a coach made that, like, you know, he started talking about the different body types pretty much immediately, especially with David Evers.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, and so it just is like a wake-up call for me to like pay attention to that stuff and start actually developing game around that idea. But yeah, then we're here today.
Yep, this is like I've said before, this is my brainchild, and I wanted to do this on and off the mat show with Coach Mario for quite some time. I'm never in pictures, I'm never in the videos. I like filming the stuff, I like editing the stuff, I like being behind it. But since this is our very first episode, I figured, why not get to know us? Because that's what podcasts are about, man. They're about getting to know the people in front of the cameras.
Yeah.
About getting to know who is NeckStep. No, we are NeckStep, and we are also, this is just a branch off of NeckStep, our show on and off the mat. And then, you know, I'm going to try to release, I don't know if I said it when we were on the mats, but I'm going to try to release, you know, 2 episodes a month. And you guys will get everything you want. We're probably going to start a Patreon. It'll have to, it's tiers, and you'll get to see episodes early, or you'll get to see episodes that we only put on Patreon, like short clips, or, you know, I got some funny ideas, like, you know, the in Jiu Jitsu,
he wants to get choked out.
no, not me. I'm not trying to get
He
choked.
wants to get choked out.
In Jiu Jitsu, the general consensus is that whoever your coach or your professor or your instructor, your head instructor is, or the leader of your team, he's always like the guy that's better than everybody, right? Like, he's always the guy that's better than you, and you'll never be able to catch him. You know, you can't catch him. You can catch him in some things, but you can't quite, like, couldn't beat him in competition probably. Well, if enough people sign up to the Patreon, I get to strangle him unconscious, and you all get to watch it. If enough people sign up to the Patreon for the first one, he gets to strangle me unconscious. Now, we're not going to break each other's limbs, because that's stupid.
Yeah, that means time off.
No, dude, that's just dumb. I don't care if someone was like, here's $1 million, let me break your arm. Would you let them break your arm?
If it depends on what they're going to break it, how they're going to break it.
Well, somebody just Kimuras you.
I mean, if they just, no, I won't take a shoulder injury. If they just want to hyperextend my elbow and they give me $1 million and they're going to cover whatever medical fees.
Like, what? No, like they just, like, elbow.
That's what I'm saying. If they just want to arm bar me, break my arm, $1 million.
$1 million, dude?
$1 million.
All right, would you let somebody knee bar you for $1 million?
And I'm coming up on the end of me ever competing. It's $1 million.
That's a good point. That's a fair
if,
point.
If they pay for the best medical stuff I can get to repair my body, yeah.
Stem cells, dude.
It's $1 million. Stem cells. And BPC, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Well,
it would suck, but I would deal with it. Be $1 million richer.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't. I don't know if I could. Yeah, someone break my arm for $1 million. Okay, sure. But you ain't gonna touch my knee for $1 million.
Probably, like, choke me unconscious first, and then I'll get that $1 million. They break my arm. That way I'm not conscious for it. I just wake up and I'm $1 million richer. My arm hurts.
Yeah, somebody who would be willing, someone willing to pay you $1 million to break your arm definitely would be interested in strangling you unconscious first, because they're probably real weird.
If real interest generates for this and that becomes a real thing, you know I said I'd do it.
I hope it happens.
Well, let's raise that right now.
I hope all of you that watch this.
That's $5.
$5 million?
That's the price. $5 million.
To break your arm or strangle you unconscious?
To do both. They have to happen at the same time.
Oh, no.
I don't want to be awake when you break my arm.
I'm just talking about once we reach X amount of Patreon subscribers, I get to strangle you unconscious.
I know what you're saying.
Okay.
You gave me the whole $1 million thing.
Okay.
And then I started thinking,
nobody's going to see this.
What if somebody's out there and you're like, I want to break his arm.
I've got $1 million.
I've got $1 million to throw away.
No way.
It's $5. It's $5 million.
It's $5 million to break Coach Mario's arm.
It's a lot of trauma for me. I got to get over that within like a year. So as long as you pay for the counseling and all the medical stuff too, on top of that $1 million, $5 million, excuse me, on top of the $5 million, I'm good. Break my arm. It's gotta be my left arm though. I need this one. This one's important.
Why is your right arm so important?
Because I'm right-handed.
Oh.
Yeah. What are you thinking?
Stranger in the tub. Cool. Yeah, so I think we've gone over pretty much like how we got to jiu-jitsu. So welcome. What's up? How's it going? At any point in the future for our other shows, don't be afraid to send us on Instagram. Don't be afraid to send us like videos of you asking us questions. We'll have tons of segments. We'll have tons of ideas. It's only episode 1, baby. We're just gonna keep it rolling. Yeah, I pulled that up because of the conversation that we were having at work today.
Oh yeah.
I've never heard of that, and that's insane. And we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, so send us submissions of. What did I say? Send us submissions.
Dude, I don't know. You got questions?
Yeah, you got questions.
Send
them
questions.
in. Yeah, You don't have to do video.
You got
can
some
text it.
suggestions, and you don't want us to have to burn up all our creative juice? Send us some suggestions. They might happen, they might not. If they do happen, we'll shout you out.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, thanks for fixing that. But yeah. If you send in a video submission though, you're definitely like we'll put you in here. We'll edit you in, and it'll look cool, and you'll fucking I don't know how many people are gonna watch this, but I hope it's a fucking lot.
There will be people who watch it.
Also, make sure if you're not following us on Instagram, you are following us on Instagram. For sure. Because that's where
we're
like
trying to hit you with the like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna say like, comment, subscribe because like do what you want.
It's redundant.
Yeah. I figure most people are gonna watch our show because they enjoy us. They like us. They think we're handsome.
Handsome, like Kevin Sherrill.
Like Kevin Sherrill. Kevin Sherrill, king of the handsomes.
He did a good job of getting that to be his thing.
That's a cool ass nickname, like handsome Kevin Sherrill. Like that's a cool fighter name.
It is. I gotta look. I'm so back and forth on the Super Mario thing.
I don't like it. It's just a
little cliche.
It's too cliche. It is. It's too cliche.
But at the same time, like my dad would wear Superman shirts, and they would say, my aunt would call him Super Mario. People would call him Super Mario.
Oh, well, see, you don't want the same name as somebody.
Yeah, that's fair.
And we can't call you Batman anymore because like you're not fighting in the gi.
Yeah, there's no more baseball bat chokes. My wrist can't handle it anymore.
There we go. We'll figure something out for you.
Maybe I'll figure it out. Anyways, what's next?
Yeah, it's gotta get picked.
What's the
next step? We talked about what got us into jiu-jitsu and whatnot, and what next step is. Let's talk about what we were talking about at work. So,
right. So I was born in the UK, aka United Kingdom, aka I was born in England.
Yeah.
But I was born in 1991, and according to what that says, if I was in England or Great Britain, excuse me, if I was in Great Britain anytime between 1980 and what was that?
1997.
For any more than 6 months, because of mad cow disease, I am not allowed to give blood. Because
of the possible risk of transmitting the human form of the bovine spongiform and
3 hours later.
Damn, I don't know that word.
Some kind of mad cow disease.
Encephalopathy.
What is it?
Encephalopathy.
Encephalopathy?
Fuck, fine now. Known as variant, another word I don't know, Jacob disease. Ain't you got that?
It's mad cow disease.
Yeah, it's mad cow disease.
Or something like that.
You got that one disease too, right?
You talking about? Dude, I don't want to talk about that on camera. Ed Zachary disease?
Ed Zachary disease. Yeah, he's got Ed Zachary disease. Hey, message us to if you see this, message us and we'll tell you what Ed Zachary disease is. But we won't talk about Ed Zachary disease on camera because it's a sensitive subject. Yeah, so that blew my mind. I had no idea. Well, first of all, I had no idea. I thought you were born in China. Or Germany. One of those two.
Germany makes sense. I lived there for 5 years.
Germany more than that. But because you told me about your Germany stuff. But I didn't know that you were born in Great Britain. And I had no idea that people born in that area during
just lived
1980
during that time.
to 1997 cannot give blood because of the scare of mad cow disease.
Yeah.
That's insane. You could give blood though, right? You could just go to like a blood bank and be like, here you go. That'd be fucked up, but like,
I mean, maybe.
That'd be crazy. Anyways, we spoke about it as well, and this is a video that's been going kind of viral. Joe Rogan posted it the other day on his Instagram, and it's with the orangutan attacking this guy
through the bars.
Tangannya ke sini, tangannya ditarik ini. Tangannya ditarik. Tolong.
I'm not gonna be that close. First of all, I don't fuck with the Tang.
He didn't look like he was that close.
He was pretty close.
But that orangutan had long arms.
Yeah, dude, they're built like Gary, dude. They just reach through, and they got foot hands, man. So their hands. And did you see his hooks?
He grabbed that leg, he was like hook, and then his foot did a hook.
It's crazy because like
where'd the third hand come from?
Dude, jiu-jitsu works everywhere because the way he had his hooks. Dude, these are great hooks.
Dude, cats invert guard. Bears play inverted guard.
Bears play inverted guard. Yeah.
Monkeys got crazy hooks from
Monkeys.
On trees and stuff.
So like when it comes to wild animals are a big no-go for you, boy. I don't like zoos because I don't like trapped animals. I think it's fucked up. But I like looking at the animals. Specifically, I have like this weird fascination with fucking gorillas. Like, gorillas.
Are you gonna bring up the gorillas versus bears? Is that gonna happen?
Let us know. You know what? We'll let them decide. Let us know what you guys think would win. A fully grown, bloodlusted, silverback gorilla, the biggest one you can get, or a fully grown, bloodlusted grizzly bear. And put both of them, the biggest sizes you can find on the internet, whatever you want to do, the biggest, all the research. Joe Rogan says grizzly bear. I think Gary said grizzly bear.
I don't know. The biggest thing for that is the claws.
Dude, it's got claws and it'll bite the piss. That monkey's dead, bro. That monkey's dead. I know that this is a conversation that's been had a billion times, but what do you guys think? Comment it. Let us know what y'all think would win. Fully grown grizzly bear, bloodlusted. Both animals are bloodlusted. Fully grown silverback gorilla, and they are fighting in they're fighting in a space with no trees, no water, no nothing. It's just a void. They're just fighting in a void.
Octagon.
Yeah, no, they're fighting in a void. So like they can't push off of anything unless it's the floor. They can't grab on and swing from anything. Nothing like that. It's just a head-to-head battle. Who wins? I say grizzly bear. I know Jason thinks silverback because he is a monk stan, but you gotta understand, man, just the sheer size of that grizzly bear. He's going to maul that gorilla to death. I don't see... I know that gorillas are intelligent, but I don't see a gorilla taking the back of a grizzly bear, trying to get hooks in, and then grabbing it and ripping its head like most people think will happen. I just don't think that that's going to happen. The opposable thumbs do... They do present a challenge. But when one of them paws hits you... Good night.
What if...
Goodbye.
Just a what if, right? The grizzly bear is like, I'm gonna swing, and then he takes his opposable thumbs and he goes, wrist grip.
Well,
double wrist grip. No claw on you then.
And he's gonna fucking bite him.
And it's a bite battle, right?
Yeah. And the grizzly bear's got a long snoot. Boop. I ain't booping no grizzly bear snoots. I'm not getting... Like, the closest I think to a grizzly bear, even behind a fence, I would get is like 50 foot. Like, stay the fuck away from me. So that guy, that guy, he was too close.
Mm-hmm.
He was far too close. And
monkeys are strong.
Yeah, dude. The grips that it had.
They don't need to be muscular to be strong. They're just strong.
Yeah. Jason told us the fact that I think chimps or apes bone density is 65% more dense than human beings. That's insane. That's an insane figure.
It's ridiculous.
But what would you rather fight?
Well, last time you asked me if I'd rather fight a tiger shark in the water.
Yes.
But I have a spear gun, or an orangutan with a sword.
Right.
I have a sword, not the orangutan.
You'd be dead as shit if the orangutan had a sword.
What am I gonna do, man? I gotta hide it.
You said that you would fight a shark in the water.
Yeah, because it's more likely that if I just hold that spear nice and strong as the shark comes at me, spear first, it'll kill itself. Or as an orangutan, as long as Like, there's no, that orangutan might just grab that sword. I have to be very technically proficient in order to use that sword well enough.
You just gotta get one good
to try and like chop a limb off, or even with a
We're
stab.
talking long sword, man. We ain't talking no katana or no
look,
fucking.
If that orangutan grabs that sword in a way that's not cutting its fingers off,
It will.
the sword is useless.
Double-edged sword.
The sword is useless.
It's a long sword.
With a katana or long sword?
Long sword.
Oh, long sword. He's still gonna grab the sword.
He's gonna grab it, and then you gonna and you pull it, and he's either gonna let it go because it's gonna slice his fucking hands apart, and then he has 2 useless hands. Then he's only got 2 hands, his feet hands.
I don't know, man. If that orangutan gets mad enough, I don't think it's gonna care about.
Yeah, that's a good point. Especially if it's a bloodlusted
Like
orangutan.
callous. I don't know how to use a long sword, so. Right, you go to stab and it just pushes. Right, you have to. It has to not push on the blade, sure, but when you go to stab, if it pushes on the flat part of that blade, that's a big lever for it to knock you off balance and then do whatever it wants to you. Whatever it wants.
I'm just trying to stab that bitch.
I know what you're trying to do.
I'm not trying to chop.
Too long.
I ain't chopping shit.
Look,
I'm stabbing.
If you go in like this and you're elongated and it pushes the sword and closes distance, you're done. It's over.
Yeah, I think once the ape gets his hands on you, it's a wrap.
What if the orangutan just like...
Well, so the bars are definitely what saved that bitch. Like...
The orangutan or the dude?
The dude. He got saved because of the bars.
I mean, maybe.
No bars there, that orangutan eats that man.
At the end of the day, what's the orangutan's intentions? The guy was holding his hands out. What if he just wanted a hug? What if the orangutan was just like, come here.
That
I want
orangutan,
you close for a second.
that orangutan did not want a hug.
Well,
it was biting his kneecap.
Well, it started off as, oh, you're reaching out, come here. And then it turned into, why are you running away from me?
Yeah, and he grabbed his shirt. Like, I would have come up out the shirt.
Yeah, immediately. Jackie Chan out that shirt.
See, and that's another reason people should train martial arts. Straight up, that's a good reason. You gotta get away from orangutan sometimes. Because when you do train martial arts, even in just training, a person who is trained knows way more than a person who hasn't trained. So you might not be super ready for situations like that about getting attacked by orangutans. But let me tell you, if your boy, Gary, Brandon, any of them, they get their shirts pulled on, we coming up out them shirts. We coming up out them shirts, dog.
Yeah, we'll figure out how to get out of the shirt.
I think on Brandon's podcast, he was talking to Keelan one day, and I hope they correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure Keelan said he could take a monkey.
It depends what kind of monkey.
Like, I think, like, not like a chimp monkey, not like a bonobo.
You mean like the kind of monkeys in Aladdin?
No, that monkey's too small. Anybody can take that monkey.
You think?
Man, you grab that little bastard and
You
just...
ever try to fight a squirrel?
No.
The thing will be all over you.
Squirrels run away from me.
Imagine it climbing and running around on you.
I'm too powerful.
Its tiny little claws. You'd be like, ah!
It would bite me and I would grab its head and crush it.
I mean, it climbs up you so fast and cuts your eyes out, right?
You ain't seen that video of the girl?
If it were an intelligent squirrel, right?
Yeah.
Combat ready squirrel.
That's an anime squirrel, man.
Yeah.
Look, a squirrel, I'll fuck a squirrel up.
I mean, probably, yeah.
And a little monkey like that, I'll fuck a little monkey up. They had these monkeys, I told you about them monkeys in Indonesia. Like in Indo. They had little monkeys that would just like...
Yeah, something about that.
They would just jerk off and make mean faces at you. And you
Stare at you while I was doing
Why? Why are you doing that, bro?
That's what gets them off, man.
They're so weird.
Don't kink shame, right? In the immortal words of Eric Lunger, don't kink shame.
Yeah. But yeah, Keelan says something about he could beat a monkey. I don't believe him.
I don't want to watch that.
I don't believe him, but I believe in him.
Mm-hmm.
So if you ever run across a monkey, dog,
Look,
I believe in you.
if he can beat a monkey, I think that he'll give most of us hope that we can beat monkeys too. But when that Planet of the Apes situation happens,
I'm joining Caesar's team.
you're gonna be monkey man.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a monkey wife.
No.
Kids.
No. That ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna be solo dolo, just fucking. You call me the Monkey King, man. Like, I'm just.
Nah, man, that's Caesar.
No, see, he's the. I mean, yeah, he's the king of the monkeys, but like, I'm just the Monkey King, like, human being.
What if you don't like that?
If he don't like that, my bad, Caesar. I ain't trying to fight no apes. I ain't trying to fight no apes. I don't like two types of animal bug things in this world: spiders and horses. I don't trust horses.
Man, enough of this animal talk, man. We don't need to know that how you don't trust horses because they're tall.
It's because they're big as fuck.
Yeah, so are so many other animals. Do you trust bears? No.
No, but I especially don't trust horses.
Why?
You see a horse from far away, you think, oh wow, that's a horse. You get up close to the horse and it's fucking humongous.
You're saying moose?
Yeah, I've seen moose. They're big as shit.
They're like 3
They're
4 times as a horse.
massive.
They walk through the river.
Dude, they walk through trees. They just push them down. They don't give a shit. Yeah, enough about this. But I don't trust horses. So if you're a horse girl or a horse boy, I don't trust you either. What's next? We're going to talk about our area, St. Louis. Yeah, we live in the St. Louis area.
Dude,
Technically, like, we're like 25 minutes away from St. Louis, like the city, like the center. Ballpark Village. Cardinal Stadium? Is that St. Louis Cardinals?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Baseball team. Like 25 minutes away from there. So if you're ever in St. Louis for any reason, try 25 minutes, come see us. 10th Planet O'Fallon. Illinois. On the other side of the river.
For some reason, Troy, O'Fallon, and like 1 or 2 other cities mirror on the other side of the river. Don't ask me why.
There's also 10th Planet St. Louis.
And then
there's
south of there we got 10th Planet Crystal City.
Yeah, 10th Planet Crystal City. Run by Eric Longer. His last name is Longer.
It is?
It is Longer.
That's confirmed?
Yes, and the only reason that I remember that is because I remember him saying it. Him saying, like, he was like, it's Longer.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought I heard.
Yeah.
I've been trying to say it like somewhat in between. Just.
But like in Alabama, you know, it's Alabama.
Well,
It's Alabama.
Regardless,
You should go home to Greenbow, Alabama!
sometimes you say things how they're spelled to like tell you how they're spelled. You know what I'm saying? So if you say Longar, it tells you it's an AR. Versus
Longar.
Longer, it sounds like you spell with ER. It's like Colton versus Colton.
Colton.
But Colton could be either one.
How do you say oil?
Oil.
No, it's oil.
Well, how do you say whale?
Whale.
Well.
Well. A well.
What's the other word? It bothered me.
Spoon.
There's this one girl.
Fork.
It's in high school in Illinois. Southern Illinois. We are not from Chicago.
Bang bang.
So this is one girl. She refused to pronounce crouch. She would say crotch.
Ooh, I got a word. When people say specific and they say a Pacific thing, I hate that.
Adults do that?
Yes. I know adults that are like, yeah, that one Pacific thing. I'm like, the Pacific is the ocean, dude.
Yeah.
That's what waves and sharks.
Cali, Hawaii.
Yeah. Yeah, Hawaii is not Hawaii. It's not Hawaii. It's Hawaii. W's or V's.
It's like German.
Well,
German
this isn't really a V.
Yeah.
It's like a U. V.
I don't know. I make hand things for me to see them. I don't know what it looks like on your side. Okay, yeah, it's a V.
Cool. Yeah. Hawaii. But y'all ain't got it. Yeah, say whatever you want, man. Pronounce things the way you want. My name was pronounced the wrong way since I moved to the mainland. So, Kihi.
That's my favorite one.
Kiehai.
That one and Yahi.
Yeah. Kyle calls me fucking Yahi. It's weird. It's funny though.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's funny. I think in middle school, I went to Speak High School. It was a middle school and high school combined. And dude, the people there called me and my brothers Johnny Tsunami.
That's lame.
Because it's not lame. It's kind of He's kind of racist. Like, just because they're from Hawaii, man, we gotta be called Johnny Tsunami.
It's racist, but it's like cheap racism. So it's
Yeah,
fine.
it was really funny though.
Don't ask me what
like,
expensive racism is. I have no idea.
Expensive?
Racism.
Expensive racism?
I think it's where like it's more creative. Johnny Tsunami is just like it's cheap.
Do you have been called Kiwi?
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I can see somebody thinking that.
When I was a teenager, this girl that I dated, her dad called me Kiwi.
Oh, that's awful. So you have to hear it all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. We lived next door to them.
Remember that one older lady working on our house? She kept calling you Luigi.
Oh yeah, because you were Mario. That lady was fucking annoying.
Also lame.
I hope she doesn't see this, but if you do, you were really fucking annoying. Just saying.
Yes. Moving on.
I don't come to your house and tell you how to do your job.
I said moving on, man.
I come to your house and I tell you how I'm going to do my job. Anyways, yes, now we're moving on. St. Louis is like known for
He's
a
trying to
couple
talk
of
about
things.
food.
Yeah,
St.
food.
Louis. The only things we're known for that I can think of off the top of my head are toasted ravioli
Those are dope.
and Emo's Pizza,
That's shit.
which is really just like cheap pizza. Sometimes it's good.
You remember that pizza you used to eat
When
at
I'm
school?
hungry.
That was
Nah, man, that was better.
the square. Yeah, you know what it was, especially the
It
sausage.
was kind of spongy. It's like how people
Yeah.
call deep dish
This one's
nowadays. Like
just-
Little Caesar's deep dish.
Yeah, this is all thin crust bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And people who like emos are from here, and it's trash. The sauce is trash. The cheese is trash. The crust is trash. Emos is trash. Their toasted raviolis are good though. So
Yeah.
there's that.
It's cheap pizza.
But isn't there a thing where like people from St. Louis, like St. Louis does good barbecue or something?
Oh yeah.
Is that a thing, or is that a
They do-
Kansas City thing?
No, it is a Kansas City thing.
Yeah, Kansas City
But
does have decent
There is
barbecue.
a St. Louis style barbecue, and it's a sweet barbecue.
I like sweet.
I like sweet too. I have a sugar addiction.
Yeah, I'm pretty sweet myself.
Hilarious.
Pause. Let's talk about
Excuse me.
what does that say? Drugs, alcohol, mushrooms.
Oh boy.
Mushrooms are dope. Drugs and alcohol. Drugs. When I say drugs, I mean like crack. That's a drug, dude. Like that's a crack is a drug. Cocaine is a hell of a drug, but crack is a drug. Heroin, that's a drug. Smoking weed, that is not a drug.
Not really. I mean, it's a mind-altering substance, right?
But it ain't
falls
no
under
drug, man.
that. As far as what falls under a drug, I think normally like the DA determines that. I think they kind of define what's a drug, which is really unfortunate.
Well, they're stupid.
Yeah, I mean, people can have different philosophies on what a drug is, but at the end of the day, what matters to make sure we don't go to jail is what they determine as a drug.
Well, it's legal here, so.
Yeah.
Is it recreationally legal here in Illinois?
Crack?
No.
Oh, jeez, I was like, what?
No, man. Weed.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
God. Is crack legal?
But it's hella tax.
Oh, yeah. But that's good, man. That just goes back to the state.
30+% markup.
Man. Hey, one of these subjects that we're going to talk about is cutting weight. You know how you cut weight? Smoke crack. No, don't do that. Don't.
There's a strain of the marijuana
That suppresses appetite?
that's called like Durban poison or something like that. I've heard about.
Why do people name it?
I don't know, man.
Why do y'all name y'all's weeds like this?
Look, I know it's a stereotype. Okay, we'll just put it at that. I know it's a stereotype with the weed and the 10th planet, but think about the way 10th planet names things and the way that there's weed names of things. People have a fascination with naming things when they're high. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
but
that's a good point.
People like to name things.
Yeah, but like
So that look,
Durban poison.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Why you gonna?
It sounds awful. Like it sounds like I'm gonna die if I smoke it.
Yeah, you dead. I'm not smoking that.
Yeah,
I'm not smoking that.
that's terrifying.
You got regular weed. Okay.
But there's a purpose to naming things, right? So you can kind of identify the different things.
Yeah, smoke this shit, you gonna die.
When you refer to it, it can be specific.
They say Mike Tyson has some weed that's like it'll make you like go to another fucking galaxy. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like it's laced with something.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like.
I think I saw something where Mike Tyson was smoking. He had like pre-rolls of his own weed, and something about like there was DMT in them.
Which, by the way, as much as it's cheaper to get from your local dealer, I'm all for like regulating any of those kinds of substances, because then, you know, if they're doing something they shouldn't be doing to it, like they'll get in trouble. For example, when people start lacing your weed with heroin so you can get addicted to heroin.
Oh yeah, and then they put that fatty in there and then you die.
You die, and then...
Or yeah, like you said,
they're trying to get you hooked on another drug.
Yeah.
When you're not trying to do that with your life.
But like, you could tell.
That's messed up.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, but like after the first one, you're like, oh, I need that feeling more, because you're like a developing human.
Bro, if I roll some weed up, or I buy a pre-roll, and I start smoking it, and that bitch goes to crackling like a sparkler.
Well, here's the problem.
I'm gonna go after I calm down. After I calm down, because I feel like I'm gonna die, because it's probably some fentanyl or some crack or something laced in there. I'm gonna go find that dealer and I'm gonna fuck him up.
It crackles like a sparkler?
Yeah, man, that shit'll. You ever seen people smoke them cloves?
I have no idea. What's a clove?
So they're not cigarettes. I think, are they? I don't know if they're cigarettes. They're like cigarette cigars or some shit. They taste like Christmas smells. Nah. They taste the way that Christmas smells. Pretty fucking awful. I used to have friends.
Like pine and candy cane?
Yeah. Ugh. It's gross. I used to have friends who smoke cigarettes, and they used to like get like a little box of them every now and then, just oh, let's enjoy this clove.
Ew.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But I mean, to each his own. Smoke cigarettes is gross.
Anyways. I think those kinds of regulations are important, so that kind of weird stuff doesn't happen. Because I know some people it's happened to.
Yeah. Yeah, them shits will fuck you up. Yeah, let's talk about competition and cutting weight. Competition, like, period. Like, how do you go into a competition? I personally go in like I'm finna break my opponent. I actually don't do that. I just chill. I do what I do whatever he thinks is best at the time. Yeah. Going into competitions angry, I think is good for some people. It's definitely not for me, because I have like real bad anxiety attacks, and then you just gonna have an adrenaline dump. And you have a bad day.
Almost everybody has adrenaline when they go into a comp, and if they don't, they've either done it a billion times, and then they just know what they need to do, or
they just know they're gonna win.
They're overly calm, which can be a detriment, right?
Yeah. That
you get somebody who's overly aggressive coming in with somebody who's overly calm. If that person's not skilled enough and they're overly calm, they're gonna get wrecked.
Yeah.
They're gonna get stuck in a defensive trap, and they're
guys that are just like,
suck. Yeah.
The whole time you're just like, bro, wait, chill. I'm trying to get this crossbody frame in my elbow knee.
There's
Sean Applegate.
There's some really valuable information out there on flow state, and that's usually what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to be somewhere between like calm and ready.
Calm and ready, baby.
That's my normal go-to. I definitely undervalued warming up for a little while. I overvalued warming up, and then I undervalued warming up, and now I'm like, okay, I should probably make sure blood's pumping through my body, I'm not under flexible, etc. So physically and then mentally, I'm trying to keep my mind calm. I'm trying to keep my decision making ready. So I didn't do a lot of hard decision making that day. I got my phone shut off. I'm not answering a bunch of texts and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not paying attention to you texting me.
I might try to take a nap before the match, to be honest, and then be ready to go.
Hell yeah. I just do whatever you tell me to do, and that's why you're all fucked when he decides to stop competing, he puts all his time into me. No, fuck. Who are you? What's your I just thought about this. All right, you can take top 5. Okay, this is gonna be a hard one. Now. Top 5 favorite combat athletes of all time.
Like in their prime.
Yeah, in their primes.
Excuse me. Okay.
It doesn't have to just be jiu-jitsu people. It could be boxers. It could be karate people. If you pick a karate person, flame him.
King Kamehameha.
Flame him. Hey, King Kamehameha was 7 foot tall and over 300 pounds. That's definitely a conversation that I'm going to have if Kai comes in one day and we have him on the cast.
Sick, yeah.
Me and him can talk about Hawaii. Sorry, Hawaii. Top 5. Who's your top 5? Number 1.
And I can't rank them. I can't rank them in order like that.
No. This is no, not in specific order.
Okay.
Just
Top
your
5.
top 5 greatest combat athletes of all time.
My goal is to like try and choose one from each section, but I mean Jordan Burroughs is one of them.
Jordan
If
Burroughs.
we look at just like wrestling,
That's a bad. That is a
clearly
bad dude.
Gordon Ryan. If we're looking at jiu-jitsu, MMA.
You don't know too much about MMA though.
No, I know Anderson Silva when he was doing really well.
So you put him in that pot?
He got to a point where he's just mind fucking people.
Yeah.
He could literally just be like, pop, and like, oh no, I got hit real hard.
Yeah, man. He
Because
did
it's
that.
so clean.
He did that to Forrest Griffin. He
It was
like, "Well,
ridiculous. And Forrest Griffin's not bad at
No,
what he does.
that dude was an animal.
Yeah. So like that's why I would say Anderson Silva in that. I know
Okay.
there's some arguments to put John Jones over Anderson Silva. You know, that's kind of
So you're picking John Jones over Anderson?
no.
Oh.
No, I still pick Anderson.
So you got
But I know that there's some arguments for doing that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So you got Anderson, Gordon Ryan, and who else did you say?
Jordan Burroughs.
Jordan Burroughs.
I'd have to actually like inspect this. I'm gonna pick Tyson.
Mike Tyson?
Just because I know more about him. He's more fun. He's more recent generation. But like Muhammad Ali was really good.
Oh, he's the greatest of all time.
Yeah. But I don't know how much. I don't know how they compare, to be honest.
Who's your 5th?
Tyson had a very specific body type for his weight class.
He was the smallest
And
guy.
he had an unbelievable amount of speed for his weight class.
Yes. Yes, he
Which
did.
made him a force to be reckoned with. Whereas I feel like Muhammad Ali, sure, was he a physical freak in nature? Yeah,
Yes.
but I felt like he did not have those advantages.
No, he didn't have the physical attributes, I think. I mean, he was still pretty, like...
Yeah. I mean,
big
I
dude.
think it was him who was like, how many sit-ups do you do? He's like, I don't count till I start turning.
Yeah. Muhammad Ali, honestly, yeah, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
And then I have to have a 5th?
A 5th.
Combat sports.
Combat sports.
What's another combat sport?
Taekwondo. You got that weird karate thing with the slanted... Yo, they be fucking each other up.
Talking about Kyokushin?
Nah, so like there's this league where it's karate dudes
GSP's up there.
and they ain't got no
and
shirts
they're in
on.
the pit?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I think jiu-jitsu tournaments should be in that pit.
Same. There's no falling into the crowd. There's no,
Yeah.
I left the mats and now I'm on this hard
Yeah.
ground.
And
We're gonna
even
keep
at that
going."
angle, I think you should be able to... You could strangle people at that angle.
Use the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, use that dip.
Because, I mean, you're just going to roll down it. You know what I mean?
You're not gonna run out of it. You know,
People be hitting backflips off of it and taking people's backs.
that'd be sick.
That would be make it even more exciting.
That'd be
Brandon, do this for our season of the PGF. If I get picked,
That would be insane.
that would be crazy as fuck. He just builds some fucking ramps.
Yeah.
Your boy's hitting backflips off of him, just saying.
So
5th.
I need a 5th.
You need a 5th. I know he's at the base of your skull right now, and you won't say it, but I'm going to say him, and I'm going to pick him as my first.
GSP.
No. I love GSP. Don't get me wrong. I love him. He is one of the greats.
Yeah. I'm just trying to go through my head. I'm just gonna pick GSP.
Okay. GSP. So you got Gordon Ryan, Jordan Burroughs, Anderson Silva, GSP, and
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson. This is a pretty good list.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good list. I think you left one person out, but I'm gonna go ahead and put him in there.
Who?
My first favorite and one of the people I think is just one of the greatest combat athletes of all time, jiu-jitsu athlete, is Marcelo Garcia.
Oh, I forgot he existed for a second.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
He's a man.
Yeah.
Marcelo Garcia. I think
X-Guard wasn't really a thing until him. That's something that's pretty big.
that's cool. I didn't know
Butterfly
that.
guard became like way better in my
Yeah,
opinion because of Marcelo.
Yeah. I got Marcelo Garcia, Mike Tyson,
Mm-hmm.
BJ Penn,
Oh yeah.
Max Holloway, and
He's picking Hawaiian people.
I am picking Hawaii people. I am picking
He's
Hawaii.
trying to be the governor after BJ Penn.
I'm not. I would do a piss poor job at being a governor. And then my last greatest combat athlete of all time, I believe, John Jones.
Okay.
John Jones.
Oh,
if I had to pick if I had to pick a sixth, it might be
about Izzy Adesanya.
Yeah.
He'd be doing weird
He's really good,
stuff.
dude.
Yeah.
He's exceptional. He's an exceptional human being.
I'd like to like understand how he throws those punches while he's leaning back.
He's Rock Lee, dude.
And he's just like, and then you're like, oh,
He's Rock Lee.
I'm gonna get knocked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, if anybody does like me and Mario both love anime. We're both dorks. But if anybody does like pictures of like, you know, what is it called when you do like you draw, like people will take like a picture of you and they'll turn you into an anime character.
I don't know what that's called.
Whatever the fuck that's called. If anybody out there that watches this is good at doing that stuff, holler at your boy on NeckStep for sure, because I want that, and we'll put it on shirts for us.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Yeah. Hopefully people will buy them. All the dorks out there that watch us. Fellow dorks.
All the dorks.
What was I talking about right before that? I was talking about...
We're talking about top 5 people.
Yeah, top 5 people. Oh, yeah. Fedor Emelianenko.
Oh,
Dude,
my goodness.
Fedor was a...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until around that time where like Verdun got him in that triangle armbar situation.
Yeah, man.
He was unbeatable. He's so unassuming.
He's so great. Yeah, because I used to talk to like one of my cousins about that. He was like, "What do you think about this guy?" I'm like, "He looks like a fat heavyweight. Like, he probably has a lot of knockout power." And he was like, "Watch his fights." So we sat down and we watched his fights, and I was like, "This guy's one of my favorite fighters."
Dude, yeah, he's really good.
Like straight up, he's one of my favorite fighters. A lot of people that know me would probably be surprised that in my top 5 I didn't name either Diaz brother, but trust me, if they're in the top 10 for sure. I know there's a lot of people that don't like the Diaz brothers, but I like the Diaz brothers because I relate to the Diaz brothers. So
Yeah, because he's tall and vegan.
they're not vegan. They're not even vegan.
Wasn't he vegan for a little bit?
No.
One of them.
Yeah. They were like, they'll do like vegan diets for camp. They ain't fucking vegans. But if they are, maybe they are. But I just relate to them because of the way that they grew up, and the way that I grew up.
Thugs.
And they're not thugs, dude. They're jiu-jitsu masters.
This is masturbating, dude.
Pillow fight podcast.
Let's go, dude.
Nah, dude. These things are hard.
Yeah, these are bolsters.
You could not. I think you could probably knock somebody unconscious with one of these.
Let's find out. If
Let's-
enough people subscribe to the Patreon.
If enough people subscribe to the Patreon,
I will hit him in the head with one.
and then we'll just do it back and forth. Whoever loses is the one that gets knocked out, like a little bitch. I think that's it for the day, man. I think we're done.
Do you want to shout out anybody? Anything at the end there?
No, I'm not gonna shout out anybody. Thanks for watching, guys.
Peace.